I like to help other people, family, friends, those in need. I don't mind lending a hand. In fact, I much prefer giving help than asking for help. I suppose it has something to do with the fact that in our society, self-sufficiency is valued. I should be able to handle everything on my own, I tell myself. But what is missing and who is missing out when I try to go it alone? I remember one business trip in which I was the only out-of-town person at the meeting. Everyone else was local. So at the end of the meeting, I'm getting ready to go to the airport. I'm going down the elevator with my luggage, my carry-on bag, my coat, my briefcase, my purse, looking very much like a pack mule. One of my colleagues asked if he could help me carry some of my stuff, and I said, "No thanks, I've got it." Well, I had it, but I'd really had it by the time I got to my gate at the airport. I was pretty tired and sweaty. And this colleague always teased me about that. She doesn't need help. She's got it. In my defense, this was in the days when women had to fight to be a part of the business world, and I'm sure my refusal had to do with not wanting to show my vulnerability. I am woman, hear me roar. But really, this colleague already knew and respected me. We worked together all the time. I could have trusted him to help me carry my stuff without him judging me as being weak, but I didn't. I tried to do it all by myself. I think of what both my colleague and I missed out on that day. I missed the opportunity to show my colleague that I trusted him in more than just work matters, that I valued him as a human being. We both missed out on a deeper and more meaningful conversation because, let's face it, I was too out of breath to talk. Why do we think we must do it all ourselves and refuse help? Is it because we're afraid of being vulnerable? Or is it that we don't want to be beholden to someone else? Maybe we see asking for help as a sign of weakness. None of these things stopped Jesus from asking the woman at the well for help. He had walked a long way. It was hot. He was tired and thirsty. He had come to the well, but he had no way to get the water. So he asked for help. And while the woman is getting him water to drink, he began a conversation with her, a conversation that led her to new understanding and faith. She realized that Jesus is the Messiah who was offering her the water of eternal life. I sometimes wonder what would have happened if Jesus hadn't been vulnerable enough to ask for help. Would he never have met this woman? In turn, would she never have converted an entire village? But Jesus did ask for help, and a wonderful relationship came out of it. The woman came to a depth of faith she wouldn't have if Jesus had not honored and valued her by asking for her help. Years later, when I was still serving my very first church, someone gave me advice. If someone offers to help you, let them. Shortly after that, the time came when I was being moved to my next church and I was getting ready to move. Some of the dear folks in the congregation offered to come help me pack. I so wanted to say, "Thanks so much for the offer, but I've got it covered." But I remembered that advice, and I let them come to help me pack up my stuff. 4 women showed up to help me pack, and we worked side by side all day. We talked and laughed together. We were able to have some deep faith conversations as we worked. We took a break and had lunch together. It was a wonderful day of building relationship. I wasn't so stressed out because I had so much to do, and I got to spend one more day with them before I moved away. They felt good that they had been able to help, and together we experienced the love of Jesus. It really was a win-win. Perhaps the reason that we don't ask for help is that we fail to recognize the potential for building relationships. We don't recognize that opportunities will present themselves to share our faith in the process. So the next time someone offers to help you, let them. You never know. Something wonderful may come from it.